Today we're going to be doing Operation Wyrmsbane, a level 5 mission against the Serpentis. This one's just about like Sancho's Acquisition, if you've seen the earlier video on that one, except it's Serpentis flavor. Pretty much the damage is going to be that typical kinetic thermal variety you've seen. For this mission, you're going to warp to it at 100 kilometers if you're in a sub-capital. Regular capitals can also warp to it at 100. Really doesn't matter for this one. 0 will just always put you at a bad spot. Well, not a bad spot. Just a spot, really. It's neither good nor bad. Cool. Today, we've got some new people in local, so I'm going to keep the D-scan up and make sure I see where everybody is. Great. We're going to be landing at 100 kilometers, and just like we do with most of the station burn missions, we're going to be aligning back to the station we came from, locking up the target, and then putting DPS on it. Operation Wyrmsbane has no trigger spawns in particular. However, Operation Wyrmsbane does have timed spawns. Pretty much about 2 minutes into the mission, wave after wave after wave of ships will begin to spawn out of the station, and the mission will continue to grow and grow and grow until it becomes horrendous to deal with. Something on the order of 8 cruise missile batteries appear right along that spine where the Wyrmsbane station is, as well as a bunch of webbing towers as well. It becomes pretty unmanageable pretty quickly. So if you have to warp out, you're going to get into trouble pretty quickly. That's why it's most important to burn this mission down as quick as you can. So we're going to be hitting it with as much damage as possible, and MJDing out to cut the DPS on us. Still going to be getting hit by the webs, but it really won't matter. Cool. That's pretty much it. This mission puts out a big chunk of raw DPS, something on the order of like 4,000 DPS once everything is spawned. But a SIG tanked Tech 3 tank like a Tengu can easily deal with it. You don't even have to SIG tank it, you can just be webbed down to heck. Dual small core defense operational solidified boosting craziness works pretty well. There's no neutralizers on this mission, interesting enough. However, there is a significant amount of webbing, scramming, and damps. Corelli Guardian Spies are one of the spawns we won't be seeing today because this mission gets burned down before they get the chance to show up. Corelli Guardian Spies are one of the tackle frig types, and I believe Corelli Guardian Watchmen are the other sort. I'll have to take a look and see some other missions. I know for a fact Spies are one of the tackle frig types. So yeah, this is pretty much it. It's very reminiscent of Sancho's Acquisition. It's pretty straightforward. Just put the DPS on the tower and leave. Carriers can easily run this mission. Usually just takes one and just a little bit of time. Depends on how many fighters and drone damage amps and drone control units you decide to use. So we're just going to keep aligned at full speed out to the place and keep hitting D-scan once in a while. That's pretty much it. If anyone were to come on grid, they would be pulled out at 100 kilometers away. So it's very unlikely that a cloaky ship is going to be able to catch up to you and put a point on you in the time it takes you to notice them. Unless it's maybe like a Arazu or something with full links. So we've got the structure at about half hit points, and we're going to be heading off in just a moment. Obviously, the more DPS you bring to this mission, the faster and faster this will go. Yeah, some super carriers like Nyx or something can actually just one-shot these things, or pretty darn close to it. But you spend just about as much time in warp and out of warp and all that fun stuff. It pretty much becomes a wash whether or not you're going to use carriers or ravens. You might save about 60 seconds for these sorts of missions with carriers. And that's about it. We're just going to warp back to their station safe, and we're going to just dock up. That's pretty much it. Wyrmsbane, nice and simple, good 110,000 loyalty points in some places. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. There's just a few more of these to do, and that will be all.